leaders, and welcome back to another enlightening episode of Legendary Leadership Bites. I'm your host, Fatah Khan, a mid career transformation coach, a TEDx speaker, and an author. And today I'm going to bring up a very interesting topic, which is also something you will be curious to know. Hey, why does Fatah talk about this? Right? Which is not the common thing that we talk about. What is it? Why leaders should fail more. Now, I'm sure you must have heard many a times about why leaders should succeed, why leaders should actually look for success, or why leaders should work towards success. But I'm talking something different today. Why leaders should fail more. Yes, I believe leaders should fail more because as a leadership coach and coming with the huge experience of leadership in corporate world, especially in the IT world, I realized over a period of time that failing more actually helped me than the wins I had in my journey. And whenever I have read between about different leaders and also when I have actually tried to see the journey of different leaders, one of the things that makes them huge success brings them huge success, or one of the things that makes them highly successful is, of course, the attribute of failing more. That's why I encourage leaders to embrace failure as a valuable learning because experience comes from what? Experience comes both from success and failures. But failure teaches a lot of lessons than success. And let me tell you one of the concepts that I heard and learned from my mentor and also from various books and experiencing from learning from a lot of legendary leaders. What is it? It is called fail fast, fail forward. That's the mantra that you have to understand as a leader. And I'm going to give you 7 reasons why you need to fail more as a leader, why leaders should fail more. Let's get into these reasons. Number one, learning and growth. As we all know, learning comes from what? Learning comes from both failures and success. But failure teaches us more lessons. I want you to look back into your life journey, whether it's in your corporate world or whether it's in your personal life, right? Where did you learn the most? Whether it was when you got the success at the first attempt or when you failed at multiple attempts and got the success, right? I'm sure you might have got the success more from failures. I still remember my journey when I started in my corporate world. I failed in my communication skills. And you know what happened? I was thrown out of my job in less than 2 months because of my poor communication skills. And did that repeat? Yes, of course, it repeated where I was like frustrated. I was stressed out because of my poor communication skills. I went through a lot of challenges because of my poor communication skills. And all those failures, whether it is being bullied in front of people because of my poor communication skills, or whether people laughing at me, or whether in meetings I feel embarrassed by certain situations, or whether I was nervous in front of the crowd, or whether I failed in my presentations, every time these failures taught me more lessons. And one thing that I actually didn't never stop was going back again and again on that stage wherever I could get the opportunity to speak more. Because I did not want to hide. I wanted to fail more. I wanted to fail more from the stage because stage was something that I loved. Even though I remember right from my childhood days when the stage was a small stage, which was just about 3 to 4 steps. You walk 3 to 4 stairs and you stand on the stage. But I never actually stopped taking myself to the stage, stop actually getting on that small stage. Every time I knew when I'm going there, I'm actually being bullied, I'm actually being laughed at, I'm mocked at, people, my colleagues, my friends making fun of me. But then I never stopped that because I realized failing more will actually make me a better leader. Right from my childhood, that's the actually the attitude I had was to fail more. And even in my corporate life, this helped me as a leader because when I was able to learn from my experiences of failures, I was able to grow more. Right. So learning and growth happens by failing more. Now, what is the second reason? Second reason is innovation and creativity. Creativity. Right. If you remember Thomas Alva Edison or any invention that happened, how did that invention happen? Did that happen in the first attempt? No. Right, as it is already said by some of the famous inventors. One of the famous inventor, I believe it's Thomas Edison. He said, I did not fail 1,000 times, or I did not fail 10,000 times. I actually got to know 10,000 different ways of doing things. Now, how is that perspective? Right? How is that perspective different than a perspective of a person who feels, oh my God, I failed, I don't want to continue? Who is a better leader as per you? A person who fails and then who gives up, or a person who fails and he says, oh my God, I got a new experience, I got a new learning. And because of that, I'm able to understand more better how or what I should not be doing and what should I try next. That's the attitude of a leader. When you are able to accept failures as opportunities to learn, accept failures as the opportunity to create something really new. And any creativity, anything new, any innovation you want to do, it might not happen at the first attempt. You will go through multiple failures. Look at the biggest inventions that have happened in the history. Look at the greatest leaders who actually invented the greatest things in the world, be it even Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, or any inventions you looked at, whether it is Microsoft, whether it is Apple, or whether anything you talk about. Today we are talking about robots, artificial intelligence, Google, whatever it is. It did not happen at once. It happened after multiple iterations, after multiple failures. And that is how innovation happens. So if you want to innovate and if you want to be creative, you want to learn to fail more, right? That's the mantra for actually innovating and creating new things. And then third one is resilience and adaptability. As a leader, one of the attributes you need to have is adaptability. And how do you become adaptable? You become adaptable by doing certain things which are very certain. When you know the exact steps of the process, and when you know that you don't fail, you actually do that. Is that adaptability? No, that's not adaptability. Adaptability is where you are doing certain things and it does not work in the way you want to really look at it, or you don't have the steps, the defined steps, and you are actually going ahead and then creating new steps, or whatever existing steps you are actually tweaking or pivoting that. All of this is adaptability. As a leader, you need to be adaptable. And how do you become adaptable? Right? What is adaptability? Adaptability is being ready to fail more. Right? That is adaptability, because adaptability does not come from certainty. Right? You will not get certain things which is certain and then this is the exact process or the exact steps. You get that? What is adaptability? There is no adaptability there. But how do you become adaptable? By actually learning to fail more. The next one, the fourth one, is building trust and credibility. How do you build trust and credibility? By failing more. Do you think that can happen? Because leaders who actually succeed more, do you think they get more followers, they get more fans, people get more inspired by them, or leaders who have failed more? Think about it. Leaders who have failed more and who are having the courage to actually go ahead and try new things and fail more, people believe them more. They are able to build trust. They are able to build the credibility in the marketplace, because when people see them, they know that these people have come through failures and they know how to handle failures. Right? Jack Ma is a very good example of failures. His life was full of failures, right? And he became the epitome for what? For actually being the epitome of failures who actually turned into success, right? That's where he actually was able to build trust in people, build that credibility in the marketplace. Because when you are able to fail and when you are able to go ahead and then share, that's when your trust and credibility will increase. And I'm telling you, that's again a gift. Failing is a gift. I was recently talking to one of my friend and she told, Fatah, I have not failed much. Wow, I failed a lot. Did that give me more experience? Of course, it gave me more experience, and it helps in terms of building trust, because you know the process, you know exactly what it means when you fail and how does it feel. And when you are vulnerable and you share that in the outside world, you build trust and you actually build the credibility in the marketplace. And then the next one is encouraging risk taking. Now, if you want to encourage risk taking with your team members in the organization as a leader, if you want to do that, you need to be a risk taker. And what is risk taking? Risk taking is actually trying new things where you don't know whether it's going to work or not. And when you try those kind of things, are there possibilities of you to fail? Yes, there are possibilities. And the more you fail, the more your risk taking ability is increasing. And when you do that more, you actually don't have to tell your team members. They will start following you, because people don't follow what you tell them. People what follow what you show them. So you show them by becoming a risk taker, and your team members will also become a risk taking team members, and then that will help your organization and your team to grow. The next one is overcoming fear of failure. If you have to overcome the fear of failure, because my dear friends, remember this, the biggest fear all of us have that stops us to growth is the fear of failure. Whenever we want to attempt new things, we have the fear of failure. We may have the skill, we may have the resources, but we have the fear of failure, and that stops our growth. But when you actually are able to be ready to fail more, right? And when you actually fail more and more and more, do you think that fear of failure will come out of you? Yes, of course. The more you fail, you actually get out of that fear of failure, because you know how to fail and you know how to handle failure. If you are able to do that, you'll be able to overcome the biggest fear in this world which people have, which is the fear of failure. And if you are able to overcome the fear of failure, then you will become unstoppable, right? And then the last one is it develops mental toughness. A lot of people ask me, Fatah, how did you develop the mental toughness? Because you were able to quit your high paying job, you were able to follow your passion, which not many people are able to do. After 17 years of corporate life in the IT world, which is a high paying job, you were able to change the entire domain and the stream. You actually went from a 9 to 5 job into business, right? Isn't it taking risk? Isn't it being mentally tough? Because when you take a new journey, right, there will be a lot of failures, and you need to be mentally tough to actually handle those failures. I remember when I went on stage and when I was not able to perform or not able to deliver, I failed multiple times. But did I stop? No. How does that happen? Mental toughness. I wrote my first book, right? Not a very good book, but I still was confident and I actually revised my book. But to write that first book, the first time ever writing a book, it needed mental toughness. A lot of people gave different feedback. I was still able to accept it. I did horrible videos on YouTube, and people wrote a lot of comments, pathetic comments, horrible comments, and people made fun of me. I did not stop. What does it require? Mental toughness. Right? A lot of these kind of things I have done where it actually requires mental toughness. So if you are able to fail more as a leader, what will happen is automatically your muscle called courage, the mental toughness will actually keep growing, 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 growing. Right? It's just like the physical toughness. If you are able to pick up dumbbells and do more exercise, what will happen? Your muscles will build, right? Your physical toughness will come. But mental toughness, for that you need to fail more so that you become mentally tough, right? And those are the reasons for you to actually fail more. I hope this will give you a new perspective of why, as a leader, instead of just looking at success, you should fail more. Because the more you fail, my dear friends, the more you are getting close to success. Because success is what is success, right? And what is failure? Failure is nothing but each step of failure is the step towards success, right? And success is a journey, right? So you need to remember this. And if I have to reiterate and summarize all of these points, the reasons why as a leader you should fail more: number one, learning and growth; number two, innovation and creativity; number three, resilience and adaptability; number four, building trust and credibility; number five, encouraging risk taking; number six, overcoming fear of failure; and number five, develops mental toughness. If you are able to do this, my dear friends, you will become legendary leaders. Thank you so much for watching me and then listening to me on this another episode of Legendary Leadership Bites. Until our next episode, keep leading with purpose and impact. Stay inspired, stay influential. Thank you.